Yeah,
Oh, interesting, interesting. Okay, so maybe like knowing when you can go in and when you can't, kind
yeah,
of,
yeah,
that'll kill two birds with one stone, right? Um,
yeah.
so what rank is this, by the way?
This is gold 5.
Okay, nice, nice, nice. All right, so tell me, for like knowing when to jump in, um, what? Okay, hold on. I need to mute this first. What are the conditions that allow you to go in? Can you think like give me like a few reasons?
I think if trash hook is down, and we have a minion advantage.
Okay, okay, right. Those are good. Those are good. What's it called? Good reasons to go in, right? When they miss abilities, that's how you know you win an even fight, right? So it's 2v2. Thresh misses his hook in his play. You can go in because Thresh is useless, right? And when you have minion
Yeah.
advantage, right? You have some kind of advantage. You can go in. What are some other reasons that can that make it like super obvious? Anything else? Anything
A,
else at all?
a roam or jungle gank.
Okay, perfect, right? You have some kind of man advantage, right? So that if you have like your Elise right here or whatever, whoever it is, what is this, Kane, right? If your Kane is right here, you can go
Yeah,
in, it's 3v2, right? You know where the jungler is. You take the 3v2, you can't lose, right? At the very least, you shouldn't lose, right?
yeah.
Okay, so it looks like you have a clear idea of, when you should be going in. What about, kind of along the same line of thinking, but what about when you can't go in?
Um, I think my big mistakes are there. Like I'm going in when like I think Trash is roaming, but then he's just in that bush or something like. Or
Oh, okay,
Eve
okay.
is like, yeah. I make like kind of high variance decisions.
I see, I see. Okay, so um, it's like the same reason. Being like not being able to go in is the same reasons, right? If they have a man advantage, if your teammate misses something, right? They're all the same reasons, just kind of like flipped, right? But now it's more like you have to respect the fact that you don't know where the jungler is, so you can't jump in yet, right? So can you quick question? Can you see your minimap from the Skype thing?
Yeah, almost fully.
Okay, good, 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 good. Because that's important, right? Okay, so wait, what's going on here? So far so good, right? You're pushing them in. They have to kind of figure out how to stop you from pushing. Okay, this is good. You go on the AD carry. Oh, okay. So one thing to note is that you should be taking your W level 2, right?
Yeah, I learned that, but it was a mistake.
Oh, okay, okay. Then we don't really have to go with that because that
Yeah,
you just kill her, right? You just jump on her and then blow up the stacks and jump on her again and she's dead.
yeah.
I guess it's just like an accident or whatever. So it's good that you're pushing them in though. So far so good, right? You knew when to go in, right? They focused your support, you focused the AD carry, you won that fight, right? You won that trade. Okay, so went to ward, good, good, good. You see Eve mid. So far, things are pretty good, right? This is pretty much as ideal as you could ever want it. Um, the only thing anyone could ever fault you for is like missing like 1 or 2 CS, and that's like not really something you have to worry about. Okay, good. You're hitting the AD carry again. Let's see. Where do problems start to arise? Okay, here we go. Hitting the tower. Okay, so one thing is how often do you look at the minimap?
Not enough. By
Okay,
far, not
okay.
enough.
So how about this? Here's a different question. When do you think you should be looking at the map?
Um, I think when someone appears or disappears
Okay, right. But
on the
how would you
minimap,
know if you didn't look at that map, right? Um, it's kind of like
maybe. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, right? How would you know if
Yeah.
someone appeared or disappeared if you weren't looking at the map in the first place, right? So when would be like good opportunities to look at, like for example, if you're trying to dodge a skill shot, is that like a good time to look at the map?
Not really.
Okay, yeah, yeah, because you have to focus on dodging the skill shot, right? So what parts of the game do you have like downtime?
Maybe when you hit a CS, that's like what I always hear.
Okay, right, that's good. Here's like a clear example, like that is good, but here's like a clear example that would be obvious for you. When you push in a wave, right? And you're gonna go get vision or something, that's like prime time to look at the map, right? Because you don't have to worry about any kind of mechanics, right? You just pushed it in and have to like deal with the wave, right? So one like classic check the map kind of scenario is every time you push a wave or there's no fighting to be done, right? You're not going to be fighting these guys in their tower unless you're like poking them, in which case you can still look at the map while you're running in, right? So um, when you push and you look at the map, um, would you agree like that's the perfect time to look at the map when you like push, right? When you finish pushing. Um, I mentioned this because your jungler needs help, right? For example, hello, are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you're like disconnected or something.
No.
But your jungler needs help, right? In this
Yeah,
in
but I
this in
didn't
this
see.
scenario. Right. That's why I'm bringing up the point is that the reason why we need to like so this is like the first thing I noticed, right? Everything so far so good, right? Laning was great, trading was great, fighting was great, pushing was correct, everything was good. And then it was like here you can like you're winning your lane, right? But here you can win the jungle as well, right? So the way you like win the game through laning is not just smashing your lane, right? A lot of players will complain, win lane lose game. It's because they're not like quite understanding the impact that their laning can have on the rest of the game, right? So after you like push the after you push the enemy in, what are some things you can do after doing that?
Yeah, I saw your other coaching sessions. Like get deep vision. That's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
something you always get.
Exactly, right? Yeah, yeah, you do it too, right? You put a ward, you put like a shallow ward here. So this is just reinforcing the point. After you push, look to do something, right? So here would be, this fight looks like it's just breaking out immediately, and it looks like you can get there before the enemy can, right? So this would be like a good way to win the jungle, for
Yeah.
example, right? So always be like checking your map. Map awareness is not something that is easy to come by, right? A lot of players have issue with it. Like a lot of high ranked players have issue with this too. So the two things I want to mention here is the map awareness part, right? Good times to look at the map is sure between every CS, but more importantly when you have nothing else going on, right? You
Okay.
just pushed out a wave. Look at your map, right? I want you to. I want that's like the first thing I want to mention. Is every time you push in the wave, I want you to look at the map, right? Or every time you have downtime, I want you to look at the map. The second thing to note is when you want to hit the tower, you have to like be prepared for all the responses they have for you, right? So say you're playing Thresh and the enemy Tristana hit the tower. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, if she's alone, then you can flay her.
Well, what if she's not even? She, I mean, it could be 2v2, right? Um, and what's Thresh gonna do? Is Thresh just gonna like AFK there, right? What is he gonna try and do? Is what you should be thinking. Because even if you're Morgana here, what if she like missed her shield, right? So you still got you're still some kind of like hard what's it called?
But I
It's like a
think I
lot
should
of
trust my Morgana like that, right?
well. The thing is, your Morgana is doing what I mentioned earlier, right? She saw that a fight was going on, she went to help.
Yeah.
So it's like this could be good, but your support's also like leaving, so you can't like 1v2 the tower in this way, if that makes any
No,
sense, right?
it's way too
Um,
greedy to hit this tower now.
yeah, because your support is doing something else. Even though you do have a good like HP advantage over them,
Yeah.
they're just gonna walk up to you, right? So this is, I think, like this one like map awareness thing like would fix whatever happened here, right? You
Yeah.
wouldn't hit this tower if you saw what was going on in the map, right? Do you agree?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. I think this is kind of like related to whatever's going on there. But anyways, Flash is blown. That's fine. Some jungle fight broke out. You guys didn't really lose anything. You're still winning the lane. You have an HP advantage. Sure, you might be down Flash, but you can probably get away with it as long as you don't get hit by Thresh's stuff, right? Um,
Now I'm scared of Thresh, but I should just trust my Morgana.
mhm, mhm. Um, One thing you can do if you know that she can't land it or you don't trust her is just like put the minions between you and Thresh at all times and like play it super safe, right? That's always an
Yeah.
option.
That's what.
Um,
That's how you play without Saber or Morgana.
yeah, exactly. So here, what is the mindset here?
I want to minion stance them and push them in
Okay. Um,
like this.
okay, so you're trying to zone right now. Okay. I'll say
I
that
saw
makes sense.
even, yeah, Eve killed our jungler. So
Yeah. so you should know it should be kind of safe, right? But Eve was in your jungle, right? So you know that like a gank could be coming. So it's good that you're playing this safe, right? This is the safe option where you don't shove it under tower. So
Hmm.
this is good, right? You bait out the gank, hopefully. There she's gonna probably do some like kind of flash play, but yeah. So whenever it's what's it called? Like when you have a man disadvantage on the map, always just like let this guy die, right? Okay, good, good, good. There's
Yeah,
nothing
I
to
was
do.
trying. Maybe I can go 1 for 1, but
Yeah, it's like impossible, right?
no.
What if they are like heal? I don't know if they blue heal or not. A lot of factors made it so that's just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
not feasible. So it's good that you didn't die here. Um, so here you're trying to push and then back, right? Assuming. Okay, good, good, good.
Shouldn't I
Uh,
leave the wave there?
you can maybe push another wave, right? I was gonna mention that, but I don't think it's that important. Like it's possible, I think, because you have like your bomb and your Tristana, but I think that's like a relatively minor point, right? Like the major
Okay.
point that was like so far in this game is, if a fight breaks out within one lane's distance and you can go help, you should go help immediately. Especially when you're in like the winning situation, right? You're in the pushing situation. So
Yeah,
here, probably back to the same thing, right? You just push them in, HP advantage, good, good, good. This is really good.
because I
So
have an
far,
item advantage now.
yeah. Right. What I don't even know what she has, but she definitely doesn't have a as much AD as you. I think. Wow, this guy's trying to tank it. Interesting. So whenever they do something like this, you can always like auto attack him, right?
Yeah, I should just stand in front of my Morgana, then I can get.
Exactly,
Cool.
exactly. Yeah. So one of the like classic how to play against Blitzcrank, for example, is only give him one target, right? If you and your support are standing very far apart, you can just like switch hooks, right? You have no idea who he's gonna hook, so Morgana has to like second guess him or some shit. But if you do a straight line kind of thing, Morgana's in front, you're in front, whatever, then
Yeah.
she knows exactly who to shield. So you do bring up a really good point. I mentioned that you shouldn't be afraid to hit him because one of the things we mentioned earlier is that minion advantage. Will make sure that you have an edge in this fight, right? This 2v2, and say they have an Eve, right? How many people how many people is going to be at this fight if they gank you?
Uh, maybe 3 only Eve.
Yeah. So they have three because Anivia's like mid, right? She is
Yep.
within distance, but the fight will probably go fast enough. She won't get there in time. And then how many people do you have?
2.
Well, can you see the minimap
Mm,
from the Skype?
no.
Yeah, it's probably not great quality actually. But you have three people, right? You
Oh
have like
yeah,
Kane
yeah,
and
yeah. I
Olivia.
see now.
Okay, yeah.
Kane is like at Mountain Dragon.
Exactly. He's really close by. So it'd be 3v3 and you have a minion advantage. So you guys will be able to win this. So there's no need to be afraid of these guys here, right? One of the ways you know if you're relatively safe in lane is your jungler on your side of the map, right? So this is all it's all like map awareness so far, right? If your jungler is near on your side of the map, you know it's even numbers fight or in your favor because Eve could be top or something like that, right? So this is good,
But
right? Generating HP
but
advantage.
what if the jungler like probably does the same thing as I did, like bot lane fight, whatever. Like I'm not even seeing it.
Okay, that's a fair point, right? What if your Kane isn't coming to help like he should, right? So
Yeah.
say you hit this Thresh, Eve pops out, Thresh goes for the flay, then how do you survive?
Uh, if I get black shielded,
Okay,
but
yeah.
other
So you
if
get hit
like
by the flay, and then Morgana puts a shield on you and blocks the hook, right? So what are
yeah.
you gonna do? You're gonna jump. You're gonna put the bomb on Eve. You're gonna hit her a bunch of times, and then four stacks pop off, and you're gonna jump again, right? So impossible to actually kill you, right?
Hmm. Yeah, I
Right? You have
guess.
right. So you have heal. You have full HP. You have two jumps from your W. It's impossible for you to lose. So even if Kane doesn't help, right? The best case scenario is Eve ganks, Kane helps, you guys win the gank, and you kill people and you take dragon, right? Worst case scenario, Eve ganks, you just jump away, you lose some HP, and then you wasted the jungler's time, so Kane is winning, right?
But
So
don't
either
you think
way, you're a win.
like
It's like a win or a win harder situation, right? So that's how
mm,
you that's like kind of how you can reason out, oh, it's okay to hit this guy because there's no way you should be able to lose, right? The only way you would like feasibly lose this is if like Morgana doesn't shield the hook somehow, and then Zaya gets the root off, and then you die because too much CC, right? Um, right. That would be like the only conceivable way. Um,
yeah, I thought like maybe Eve comes and just bursts down the shield and then trash hooks if the trash is actually smart.
Well, the amount of time it takes for that to happen, you would have your time to jump while you're in shield, right? It's
Yeah,
like
maybe
it's
yeah.
like it's very it's like, it would be like extremely difficult for them to plan that out, and it's like solo queue too, right? So
Yeah.
um I don't know what that was, but that's definitely how you know you don't want to fight, right? So uh wow, okay, he misses Flay. Oh yeah, this is good, right? So you can win. So far I haven't seen you like jump in for no reason yet, so I mean that's like really good.
Yeah.
This is really good, right? When you're hitting her every time she wants to get CS, that's like really good. Like this is like they like can't do anything because she has no HP, right? So that's really good. Your laning is really good from what I can tell, right? Compared to whatever is going on here in this game, you're like winning super hard. The only thing anyone could ever fault you for is the whole roaming thing and the CS. I don't know. I don't know if you're like missing some CS because like explosive shot or something like that, right? But um, I wouldn't worry about it too much, right? Okay, looks like they want to gank. He just walks forward. Holy shit. Okay, good, 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 good. Right, you escaped the gank. This is good, clean. So that was really good, right? You won the gank, so Eve's wasting her time. Kane did whatever topside. She's still here. I don't know what she's doing, and you didn't even lose any HP, right? So as long as your W is up, you can't die. I don't know what's going on here, but all I had to do is
She
just hit
wants
this guy and he
again.
dies, right? Um, he's dead. So this is easy. Right? This is good. This is good. So far so good. So far so good. What's going on here? Okay, this is 2v2 now. You have heal, you're gonna have flash. Interesting. You just alter, right? Oh, okay, what's going on? Okay, okay, okay. Let's back it up. Um
Didn't expect heal, I guess.
yeah. But there's something else. Okay, so when you how does Tristana do max damage? This is like easy question.
Like like the E charge like 3 times and then finish it off with your ult, so it like explodes at the same
Yes.
time.
Yes, yes, yes. So, in a fight, right? In a 2v2, in a fair fight, the side who lands more stuff is gonna win, right? Right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The side that lands more stuff is gonna win, right? So if you miss something, that is an indicator of a loss, right? So missing would be like mix. What I mean by missing is like missing a skill shot or missing your maximum potential damage, right? So if Twitch expunges that one stack and then he continues fighting, he's gonna lose, right? So this is the
Yeah.
same thing with Tristana. If you throw your E on someone and you don't get max stacks, you're gonna lose, right? This is throughout the entire game. This is true, right? And it's especially true when you need your like 5 stacks to get your jump back as well, right? So every time you use the bomb, you want to blow it up, right, with max stacks. Like 99 times out of 100. Like I can't even think of scenarios where you'd use it and then not have it do like massive amounts of damage. So if you use it on someone, you better be able to hit them, right? So if you use it on Zaya here, you should like heal to get in range, or you should save it until you can make sure you can blow it up, if that makes any sense, right? That's why you guys lose this, right? It's because it's like sure it was close, but she also had heal, and you only had 2 stacks of the bomb, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
I see.
since this is 2v2, right? So okay, let's see who lands more stuff. Okay, so you got like you got like half the damage on the bomb, which is not bad, but it's not ideal. Morgana
No.
misses, right? Morgana misses. You can't control that. Eve lands her ultimate. So far it's like half against one, right? And then Zaya lands some damage, so it's like also half. But then you guys have less HP than they do, so they win, right? So you guys both sides landed 1.5 kind of like maximum value, right, of abilities. But then they
Yeah.
won because they had more HP, right? So the way you have an impact on this fight is you can't really do anything about Morgana missing that shit, right? But what you can do is control your value, right? You only got half value out of this, right? So if you are like able to get maximum value every time, you can like go even at least, right? You would be able to kill one of these guys, or maybe save your Morgana so no one dies here, right? Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So this is the first time in the replay I've seen you misuse your E. The other times you didn't use it, which is good. But in this case, when you're all ending like this, your E needs to go off, right? You need like full stacks every time.
Mm,
Because if you miss, you can't do anything as Tristana, right? Does that make sense? Um,
yes.
so if you're ever looking to fight, you need to hold on to that thing, right? Um, yeah, that's pretty much it, right? Because it would have given you your W back, you would have killed Zaya, etc., etc. A lot of things. But oh wow, what's going on here? Okay, this is just like you didn't really expect Eve to still be here, right? So that's kind of awkward. Oh, you came back to the feathers. Oh, that's awkward too. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, okay. This is just like I mean, you know where went wrong here, right? Can you explain?
Yeah, I wasn't looking at feathers and high variance.
Well, okay. This is the big thing here is against invisible champions, you always have to assume they're on top of you, right?
Yeah.
Champions that you can't see, so you should just assume Eve's always here,
Uh,
right? So you just can't fight this. You just sit at your tower and you just last hit because, like Eve's just gonna like one shot you, right? So there's no way you should like fight this. If anything, if you really wanted to fight this, you wait until Eve shows up, right? So this is the classic. How do I play against XYZ? All right, so say you're playing against Fiddle, right? And then your team keeps dying to Fiddle. What's the counterplay? You have to see Fiddle before he ultimates, right?
yeah.
It's the same thing with all these kinds of champions, right? How do you play against Rengar? You have to see him before he ultimates, or you have to know who he's jumping on, right? Eve, Twitch, all the same thing. You want to see them before you fight, because if you can't like see them, you have to assume they're on top of you, right? So this is the same thing. Don't fight unless you can see this champion, right? This you can throw this kind of mindset at any assassin, right?
Yeah.
Like Zed, Talon, Rengar, Kha'Zix, whatever. You can't fight unless you see them, right? So that was basically what this was. Don't fight unless you can see Eve, right? Um, so yeah, it's just kind of awkward. Eve is like a Eve. It's like it's kind of like assassin specific thing, but still matters. Okay, it's good that you know to push this, right? Um, what is the plan now? Can you tell me what was
Um,
going through your mind here?
I should be looking at minimap, but
Okay, since this happened
uh,
twice, um, well, I'll mention it. So you mentioned that you watch my other videos, right? Then you should know how dangerous it is to hit an objective, right?
yeah.
Unless you're
You're
absolutely
asking
sure,
if they want to engage on you.
right? So what are some things that could go wrong here?
Maybe Lantern, Xayah, and Eve behind us.
Yes, yes. What else? There's one that I always die to. There's one that I always die to,
Maybe mid roam, because
right?
Anivia is missing.
Yeah, and the big one is the one I usually die to is TP, right? Always TP behind. That's like the holy shit, please. Right? What if Trundle like walks into his, like I don't know if Trundle has TP or not, but since they just made a play on you, they made a successful play. They could have dropped their wards before they backed, right? So they could have been a ward behind you here. Anyways, all of this could be avoided if you like think about what could go wrong before you hit an objective. This I only mentioned this because this is the second time that happened, but don't like hit the objective unless you have everything accounted for, right? Usually the answer is to not hit the objective because every time you like try and gain an advantage like that, the enemy team is always going to try and counter you, right? They're
Yeah,
going to try and counter you by engaging. They're going to try and do damage to you. They could, abandon the tower and attack your team somewhere else, right? But they're always going to try and respond, right? They're always going to try
yeah,
and respond. So if you haven't like thought out all the responses, you can't do that, right? Because now you guys are losing the bottom half of the map, right? So this is just one of those things that like general piece of advice, like every time you want to hit a tower or an objective, I want you to be triggered, right? Count like where is everyone on the map is the first thing you ask, right? And then the second thing you ask is can they stop me, right? So where's everyone on the map? I have no idea, so you should be scared. um that was like kind of awkward, but that's the first time that happened. I don't think it's that bad of a problem. Watch out for the feathers though, that's kind of awkward. Be very scared of that. And Eve, right? Eve can hit you from here, right?
oh yeah,
So if she's like right here, she just goes for a Thunderlord's proc and then they go to Dragon because you have no HP, right? So you always have to be scared of that. Always have to be scared of like stupid stuff like that, right? I don't know if they can kill you on their tower. Wow, okay, you should win this for sure, right? Nice, nice, good, good, good. And you kill this guy too. Wow, okay, that was really good, really well played. Um, good stuff, good stuff. No complaints there. Oh wow, Kane's gonna kill this guy too, right? She just used her E, so she can't win this, right? So goodbye, goodbye, Zaya. Ultimate. Hello, nice. Good, 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 good. So you played that pretty much perfectly, right? As well as it could have gone. So what's the plan here?
Push him back.
Yes, correct, right? Because what happens if you don't back?
Yeah, then they come in lane with items.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't.
exactly. Yeah, you just come back with 4 HP, you can't do anything. Good, 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 good. I asked that question because someone pinged the tower, and I was like, what the hell? Definitely don't get baited by your team hitting the tower. Um, wow, this is just some massive camp here. Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Here we go. Here we go. This is something we can mention. This is so for your like response to like the enemy, right? As Tristana is pretty linear, right? So if they have a man advantage and they're ganking you, how do you stop that?
jumping away and ulting them away.
Yes, yes. Okay, so what is the one thing you didn't do here? You jumped
Ulting.
away, but you didn't ult, right? So who can you ult to stop this gank from working?
I think Eve is the best, but
But
maybe
you
Xayah
can't see her. You
offers
can't see
CC.
her, right?
Yeah, I should say Xayah because then she can CC.
Okay, that's good, right? But pretty much any answer you give here is correct, right? If you ult Thresh, they have no CC to stop you guys. If you ult Zaya, they have no damage to kill you guys. You can't ult Eve really because she's like still invisible. So if you ult any target here, this gank fails, right? And since you saw, if you were like thinking, Eve's coming back, then all you have to say is the instant they do something weird like that, or when you see Eve, you just ult and you win the gank, right? So I mean, it's easy to say in hindsight, right? But in the game, the what should be going through your head is if they do this, I do this, right? So if they try to make this gank happen, I'm gonna flash, and it's worth my flash to waste Eve's time. Okay, good. If they gank me, it's worth my ultimate to waste their time, right? If you have that pre-planned in your head, you can't lose this scenario, right?
Yeah, I think like if I knew earlier that Eve was here, I could have done it, but like it was kind of fast decision making was because I was maybe like, oh, they want to go all in, so let's just kill them. And then
So
if I ult Xayah away, then maybe we can only kill Trash.
it seems like part of this replay is also like hard to play against Eve, right? But against any of these, honestly, even if it wasn't Eve, if it was Elise and you had no words, you have to assume they're there, right? If you cannot see them, you have to assume they're coming for you, right? That's like a golden rule of League of Legends. If you can't see them, they're coming for you. So you always have to assume they're here. And ways to make sure that they're not here is what what could you buy against Eve that could like tell her if she's here or not.
Pink words.
Right. Pink words.
Control
Right?
words.
So you can put a pink in the tri bush, put a pink here, whatever. And then if they fight for it, right? When the enemy bot lane fights for it, then you should be saying, okay, Eve could be here, so I'm gonna hit them, but I'm gonna be prepared to run away, right? And then that would solve your problem. So this a lot of it is like if you don't know where they are, you have to assume they're here, right? So honestly, most of your problems are map awareness, right? From what I can tell here, right? Your fighting is good. Sure, you didn't get max bomb stacks that one time you fought, but I think like the majority of your problems is the map awareness, right? Your landing was like so good they like had to call for Eve camp, right? There was like nothing they could do except gank you, pretty much. So I think from what I'm seeing so far is you need to like look at the map periodically and then tell yourself, do I see the enemy jungler, or do I see the enemy mid, or do I see enemy top? And if you don't see them, you have to assume they're coming for you, right? Does that sound accurate? What do you think?
Yeah, I wrote it down. Like if you can't see them, they're coming for you.
Yeah. That's like the big thing, right? And then the second most important thing I've seen so far is like before you hit an objective, ask yourself like where are they, right? This is still map awareness thing. Like before you hit anything, Oh wow, this guy's gonna. No way. Okay, he did. He actually lived. Okay, nice. Yeah, don't jump in for that because you don't know where they are, right?
Yeah,
It's good.
I was
Good.
literally like, I should jump. I should. Oh no, 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 don't jump.
Yeah, no, yeah. Like, if you had jumped there, I knew you were gonna die to like heal or some shit, right? Okay, this is okay. What's wrong here?
I don't know where Eve is.
Okay, and who else do you not know where? Like, how many
Anivia,
people are missing on the map?
Anivia.
Okay, right. And who else?
Uh, the top laner. I don't know.
Chondo, right? Yeah, the
Yeah,
top
yeah,
laner, right?
Trundle.
So you just have no idea where anyone is.
No.
In what case? No, no, no. I mean, it's not necessarily bad. Okay, in what case can this be a good play?
I was like thinking like 4 stacks on her, and then if they come, I can jump away.
Um, do you know her summoner timers though?
Uh,
Like if she heals, can you get maximum stacks? Right, if she heals and clicks her nexus, clicks her fountain, can you get maximum stacks?
um, I think so. Yes.
Yeah, the answer is no. You can't. It's impossible, right?
Oh,
Um,
okay.
you get 2 hits, and then you have to flash for a third, and she just walks away, right? Um, and
But
then
like I have Warlord's movement speed, and she doesn't, and she can't root me because I have Black Shield.
it's like trust me, it just doesn't work, right?
Okay, okay.
It's like this is kind of one of those play the champion 100 times, and you'll like understand. But when you go in with the max stack bomb, and your only way out is an assist or max stacks, you need to be 100% sure, otherwise you're dead, right?
Yeah.
Because Tristana cannot get away unless she has her jump, right? So that's how I like. That's how we know like if you can go in or not. That's one of the ways we know if you can go in or not. Can you get the maximum stacks of bombs if you go in? Without doubting
Okay.
your mind. Like if your life depended on it, would you if your life depended on getting 5 stacks off this bomb, whatever, 4 stacks, whatever, maximum stacks, would you go for it, right? That's how like I knew initially this, could go wrong really quick, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Oh
like
yeah, she has ult.
yeah.
So
So
and then this.
right, so you couldn't get the max stacks, and you couldn't get your W. You have to flash
Yeah.
out. You don't know where Eve is. Lux is gonna kill herself now, right? Okay, maybe not. She walks away. Okay, so all said and done, like not at the end of the world, but you guys gave up an advantage you didn't have to, right? So your teammate's dead.
Yeah, but like
Um,
Morgana already died like 4 times. So
I mean that's true, but even if your team has died like a bunch, like she was 0-10, she's still useful, right?
yeah.
Right. So, you don't want to give up any like because one of the reasons why that's bad is because now your Urga died or whatever. Because your team can't fight that, right? Your Urga's doing something dumb, sure, but because Morgana died because of the play you made, you guys were like 45 on the map, so they could do stupid shit like that. They could just take a fight like that, and it'll work out because there are more people on the map. And then since your Urgot came mid, Chumbo's pushing top. So it's like kind of like a avalanche effect, if that makes any sense, right? You
Yep.
can't hit this tower either because your Urgot's dead now and your Morgana's coming back, right? So it's good that you know that you can't hit this tower. But yeah, if you ever want to go in, you need to first like figure out, do I see everyone, right? Look at the map first before you go in. Look at the map first. And then the second thing is, can I get maximum stacks off my bomb? That's like the most important thing with Tristana is getting the maximum stacks off your bomb, right? That's like the most important thing, for sure, right? Okay, it's good that you run away here. Why is it good? Why do I say that?
If I get hooked, I can insta die to Anivia stun from that push.
Right. But what's the most important? Like, how many people are on the map right now? Like, if a fight breaks out, right? He hooks you, a fight's gonna break out. How many people do they have, and how many people do you have?
We have 3, and we have 4, and they have 5. Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe
4v5.
5.
So it's impossible, right?
Yeah, but
if-
they may like Trundle may actually not be here, but yeah, that's like kind of the
It's
thing.
still
Like
bad,
you
right?
said.
It's still okay. That's a good point. If Trundle's not there, it's a 4v4, but you still don't know if you win, right? So you shouldn't take the fight. You only take fights you know you win for sure, and one of the ways you know is numbers advantage, right? So one of the reason why I bring this up is because him hooking you can be a good thing if he had 4 people and you had 5 people, right? He wants to start a fight, but then they auto lose because they're missing someone, right?
Yep.
Numbers advantage is the first thing you look towards whenever a champion touches someone. So right here, we know Kane is gonna die, right? Or he's gonna lose Flash, right? Something bad is gonna happen unless you can one shot this Thresh, and that's not gonna happen, right? I
No.
don't think Lux can one shot him, right? So you know this fight is auto loss, right? 100%, right? Unless you guys one shot them. Wow, okay, you guys are one shotting them. That was pretty hot. And they have no Anivia. Okay, I stand corrected, but it still should have been a poor fight, right?
Yeah.
If you look back to what happened here, if Anivia was like right here, for example, and these guys didn't like
Line
eat
up
the
for.
bind or some shit, yeah. It's like I don't know where Anivia is, but it should not have gone well, right? So always like the first thing you do whenever a fight breaks out is look to the numbers advantage, right? And it's gonna be hard at first because it's like you're thinking, you know, I should be focusing on hitting people or trying to hit people, but what you should like, what the secret that most players don't know is the first thing you should look at is how many people do they have and how many people do we have, right? And then
Mhm.
you look towards, you know, can I make some kind of like play here, right? Is it safe to hit this guy? What do I need to look out for? Then you do like team fighting stuff. So here you know it's safe to hit this tower. Why? Obvious answer.
Trash is like not here.
They're just like fucking dead, right? So
Yeah.
they can't stop you, right? So you know that's why I say, you know, before you hit the tower, you know, see who can stop you. No one can stop you. Good to go, right?
Don't you think I should play more aggressive here? Because
No.
I think I could have killed her.
Yes. Yeah. You. Okay. So in this situation, right? The instant you use the bomb in the tower, you can't kill her, right?
But like she gets hit by the bomb, or
Say again.
she gets hit by the bomb.
Okay. If she is stupid enough to stand next to the tower, then yeah, you can jump on her, right? But we're assuming she's not gonna we're assuming she's gonna play. Oh wow, she got hit by it. Okay, but even then, I still probably wouldn't go in, right? Like
Okay.
without a doubt in your mind, it has to work. And that did not look like without a doubt in my mind, right? Your goal is to get the tower, not kill her, right? That's the goal, right?
Yeah.
So what could you have gotten if you killed her? Could you have gotten anything more?
No, only gold.
I don't think
And
so.
maybe
Right?
like deny her some C. Nah, probably not.
Yeah, maybe like I don't know, maybe, but I don't know. It's like yeah, up in the air. Okay, maybe you could have gotten
Yeah.
Grom or something, but I doubt it because the enemy team is coming back. And then
Yeah.
can you get her without a doubt in your mind?
No.
Yeah, exactly. So I usually take the tower, pushing back, right? So when you ask yourself, should I be more aggressive here, and you look at your replays, you have to ask yourself, was there like 100% play here? And for me, like I didn't see it, so that's why I didn't say anything. Like I don't see it here, right? If you jump in here, I don't see you being able to like kill her without a doubt in your mind, right? You don't have your ultimate, you don't have your bomb. It's just like not really something you need to worry about, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Here though, you can push them back, right?
Yeah. That's true.
Right. So yeah. So this would be something that you know maybe you could do because that's another 6 CS. But honestly, in the grand scheme of things, not the end of the world. What is the end of the world is though? What should you be buying here?
I should be buying Infinity Edge.
Oh no, not like what's more important than like static? I would have gotten static here if I were you, right? So you do the exact same purchase, but what's like super important at this stage in the game?
Pink words.
Yeah. Okay, so what? How do you get the pink word from this inventory?
Sell refillable.
Agreed. I agree, 100%. Especially against Eve, right? Against this stupid like assassin champions that are invisible, Twitch, Eve, whatever. You need to buy these pink words, right? That's how you like help your team play around it, right? Even if they didn't have an Eve, right? To be honest, you should be buying them so that you can control objectives, right?
But where should I place them? Because that's
So-
always like the thing in my mind that I can't figure out.
So you want to put them in spots in the area you want to control. Okay, so say Baron is up. Where do you want to put it?
Depends how much pressure you have, but maybe like if you put it in the pit, then like they don't see Baron. So
Yes. And why is seeing Baron important?
because they don't know if you're doing it or not.
100% correct. They'd have no idea if you're doing it or not. They can't smite steal if they don't know what health it's at, right? So if you go to pink here, they can't do anything about it, right? So this is maybe say this is Baron, this is Rift Herald, right? Okay, we're gonna go with the same theory. They want to stop your Rift Herald. They can't see Rift Herald HP. They can't stop it, right? That makes sense. Now, what other, say your team already has a pink here, right? Which your team should have, but if they don't, you put it here first. Where else can you put it?
Um.
Your blue side, by the way, right? So
Yeah,
where else can
I
you put it?
should think like maybe like the small bush in the river, or like if you're like wanna be more defensive, like the bush behind that.
Okay. So my recommendation is that if you, for these, like, they're not bad, but your support sweeper should already clear this stuff, right? When they're walking through and all that. The better spots are in this bush, right?
Okay.
And in
Yeah.
this bush, right? And if you're, say, if you're like red side, right here is good, so that the enemy can't ward over the wall. If that makes any sense, right? These are the
Oh yeah,
best,
yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
my
You
opinion.
said
These are
that.
like the best pink words. Now, why do I say these two pink words on these sides?
For flanks, I guess.
That's one reason. The most important thing is that if you put in these two spots and you sweep the middle spots, they can't walk in the river without face checking, right?
Yeah.
Literally impossible. Okay, say now I'm gonna highlight the example. Okay, say you didn't have a pink here, and they had, the enemy like knew it wasn't warded. That means they're like, top laner could feasibly, walk in from this side and like go in this way, right?
Yeah.
But if you have like a pink here, they can't do that without face checking, right? He has to enemy has to face check your team. And what happens when you face check?
Um. Yeah.
Yeah, you get
Depends
dunzo, right?
if. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Fucking dead, right? So say, like a clear example is Thresh is in this bush, and you're playing Morgana, and I tell you, I have a gun to your head, and I say, face check this bush and black shield his hook. If you miss, I kill you, right? It's like really, it's like impossible, right? How
Yeah,
do you
that
know when he's
would be
gonna hook?
like
Even if you counter the champion, you have no, like, how do you do it, right? It's literally impossible. Say
yeah.
your answer could be, okay, black shield now, and I walk in, and he's just standing there holding onto his hook. Your black shield wears off, he hooks you, right? So you have no, it's like having vision in like these entrance areas is like super important. That's why I say you should have bought a pink, right? Because this is super important, right? Say for example, your Morgana's right here, right? We'll pretend this champion's Morgana, right? And the enemy Thresh is walking by, right? Enemy Thresh is walking by. Your Morgana hits him with a bind because you can't dodge it. How do you dodge a skill shot from out of vision? Right?
Scripting.
I mean, yeah, true. If you're scripting, or if Thresh is like trying to bait it out, right? Okay, here's the
Yeah.
classic example. This is Blitzcrank, and this is an AD carry trying to rotate between defending this objective and mid tower, right? What can he do? He can't do anything, right? So he has to go around the long way.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
now
yeah.
if they have to go around the long way, how long does that take? A long
Longer,
time,
like
right? So
yeah.
in that time, you can do this objective, and then leave, right? So that's why like vision control is super important, right? Even if like players, even if people say like, oh yeah, go players, don't understand that. It has like invisible power. Whether or not your team realizes it, it's super important, right? So you should always try and have one in the relevant area on the map,
Okay.
right? So if you had a pink ward in the bot side, and you already took the dragon, you took the enemy bot tower, there's nothing left to do down there, you move it over to the top side, right? And then you put in those spots I mentioned, or you hold in your inventory, something like that, right? Does that make sense?
But what do I do if like like we're not going top, like we're just rotating between mid and bot to get as much farm as possible and just.
Okay, so this is like kind of okay, your question is, what if we're not trying to get like Rift Herald, right? Is that
Yeah.
what you said? And what do you want instead?
My teammates not to die to Eve.
So you're losing so hard that all you can do is just walk between your towers, bottom mid, right? Is that like what you're saying?
Yeah, that's kind of the spot like we're in right now.
Well, I want to say, okay, so say you're like in these two areas, right? So between these two green wards, right? So what happens when the enemy support puts like wards here and just fucking you siege bot and you can't do anything, right? Wouldn't a pink deny this vision so that your team can set up a play to try and stop them, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same concept, right? Don't fight unless you see Fiddle. Okay, what about don't fight unless you see Morgana who has Flash coming around the side, right? So it's the same concept. So having these pinks will deny the enemy from being able to just doing whatever they want, right? And if you have like pink wards, you can set up a play that'll stop, their if they have the advantage and the enemy one person on the enemy team makes a mistake, face checks a bush that you have a pink in, you can like win right off that. You can turn the game off that, right? So like vision is super important, right? More important than like a longsword or whatever 10 damage you could ever get. Like pink, like vision will win you the game. So you should like that's like the reason why you should always have it. So if you say you weren't going for this Rift Herald because you guys are losing, you want to be able to put it in pick spots, right? Spots where they will walk past that you can ambush them at, if that makes any sense, right?
Yeah, but should you like say to your team like we should camp in this bush because they're coming?
Yes. You ping this. You put a pink down. You spam ping this bush. Everyone sits there, right? And you have a Lux and a Morgana, right? So what happens when an enemy team walks by a Lux and a Morgana?
Yeah, boom.
Yeah, exactly. They're just gone. They're done, right? Even if it's 4v5, we saw earlier that Lux turned that fight. That should have been, not good for you guys, but she hit two people with the bind, ulted them, boom, they died immediately, right? So
yeah.
Imagine Thresh walking by with her Xayah, or Eve gets, spotted by the pink. She tries to run, Morgana flash binds, boom, dead. You guys go do Rift Herald, or you guys go get mid, or you stall out the game, which is what you wanted anyways, right? Or right, you're like winning the game now. So that's why. That was kind of awkward, but as long as you guys don't die here and you're holding this, that's good, right? Because they're wasting their time down here. So your Kane should be able to do something. Yeah, like say you guys didn't have vision in your jungle, how can you go help Lux if they dive her? Right, you're face checking like 3 bushes along the way. It's impossible. And your Kane can't farm, right? Your Kane can't farm jungle. So basically, vision will always be important no matter what, right? Like stuff like that. You can stop stuff like this. Okay, so this just keeps going back to the if you can't see them, they're on you, right? So every time you eat damage from Eve, it's like okay, good. You have like a team here, but she's gonna get away if she takes the lantern. Oh wow, she's dead. Yeah, that was good. That's good. Nice. Yeah, always be afraid of that, right? Because HP is always relevant. I don't know if you chase, you have no jump, right? So how do you chase? Wait, hold up. What's your like mindset here?
Watch out.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Because he's gonna get this Thresh with or without your help, right? It doesn't matter what you do. Like this guy.
Like my jump is on 4 seconds, so that's kind of
okay. But in 4 seconds, can't the enemy like people mid come down and help, right? It's basically like instead of chasing, you should just like focus on pushing as much as possible, right? Like clear out these minions, eat all this stuff. This guy, to me, it looks like this guy's gonna die with or without your help, right?
Yeah, maybe.
So you just
that's
push
like
this.
my ending decision. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, everyone's coming. Like they said, in those 4 seconds, everyone's gonna come. So they're not gonna need you no matter what, right? So, but I digress. That's a minor point. What's going on here? This guy's just I don't know what's going on here. Okay, some Chundo shit's going on. What is your mindset here now? What are you trying to do?
Try to not die and maybe defend the tower if I can.
Right. Maybe defend the tower if you can. If you can't, that's fine because someone on your team died, so you shouldn't be able to defend this, right? You can't engage 4v5, right? So this is good that you're playing safe, right? You can't actually defend that thing. Okay, Thresh shows bot, so maybe it's possible, right? Maybe it's probably not possible because Morgana's in base, right? So 3v4, whatever this is. Here you're just trying to clear, right? You're trying to clear. You buy your infinity. You still. What could you have bought? Right? We already talked about this.
Ping. Should have been two pings.
2 pinks is fine as well, right? Anything is better than 0.
Okay, but like, should I have bought in perfect scenario? Should I have bought 2 pinks or 1?
Wait, say again?
If I want to play perfect, should I have bought 2 pinks or 1 pink?
I think 1 is fine, right? But 2 pinks, if you notice your team is like really struggling with vision, you can use one of them to like use as a sweeper, right? and then use the other in the important spot. I don't know what happened, but like it's 3v3, right? Because we noticed that two people are dead on either side. So okay, hold up. When you're trying to stop an objective, right? Usually as the AD carry, you should go from the same side as your team, right? Otherwise, they could like collapse on you. But this could be okay, cause you should be relatively safe against these guys, right? Okay. Oh wow, you got hooked out of it. That's so awkward. This is honestly fine, right? Turns out fine. Turns out fine. I have no complaints. The only thing that you could complain about is what I mentioned, right? Come from the same side as your team, right? Otherwise, it's like super scary.
Yeah, but my gain is
Yeah.
like,
Right, you had a good idea. Yeah, that was the correct idea, right? But if you were on the same side as Urgot, he can't hook you because you have to hook Urgot. So always the same side as your team as the AD carry, right? Because what if the enemy starts an objective and the assassin's coming for you because you're going around the other side, right?
yeah, just
yeah, stuff like that, right? So here clearing bot, right? This is good. As long as Eve is not here, this is kind of awkward. Okay, let's back it up. What's going on here? Okay. This is the first time I've seen you do it, but do not use abilities. Do not use escape abilities to farm.
yeah, right? This is like so stupid.
Right? Like Ezreal E, Lucian E, doesn't matter what it is, right? Don't use a Twitch Q. No matter what it is, do not use escape abilities to farm. Because if you never like the risk to reward ratio is literally never good enough, right? Almost like 1 time out of 1,000 will it be the correct play, and that is only because you couldn't like clear a wave in time because there's like this huge wall. I don't even know. I can't even think of a situation where you'd want to use an escape ability to clear a wave, right? This is the only reason why you die, right? So yeah, don't do that. Don't do that, right? Because E pops out, you W away, good to go, right?
Yeah.
Boom, good to go. But can't get away if you don't have W, right? So
yeah. We still kill her, but yeah.
I mean, is that really worth though, right?
Nah, not
I'm
really.
not really sure. Yeah, I'm not really sure if it's.
Nah, maybe, because she's like really fat and like the shit down, but.
That's true. That's true. But still, the same. The thing
Yeah.
still. Yeah. Never use escape abilities. Sure, you can use your Q and your E if you want. Sometimes I won't even do that, right? Well, because if they come out, you might need 2 jumps, right? So how do you get 2 jumps?
Yeah, jump, max dex E, or assist or kill, and then jump again.
So like the classic is, if they come out and I do 2 jumps, I E, attack 3 times with my Q on, jump, attack, jump, boom. There you go, 2 jumps. Okay, so what the hell is going on here? Okay, this is literally nothing to do with you, but some shit's going down. This guy's gonna die. That's unfortunate. Now tell me, why did they lose up here?
I'm dead.
True, but what's the more important thing? Okay.
I don't really know.
Numbers advantage, right? Urgot's like doing some shit bot, so automatic loss, right? I'm surprised she even got the Xayah, but she's gonna die. And it was clear loss, right? Can't do anything about that. I think they're robbing your red. That's kind of awkward. Okay, so you jump for it. It's not gonna work. You just go back mid. Max stack bomb here, but he's gonna get away. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, don't jump in here. Okay, good. So yeah, just clearing this thing. But yeah, still honestly, like not having a pink limits your options a lot, right? You can't really go out and do anything.
Pink wards, especially versus Eve.
Yeah, especially versus Eve, right? Okay, so here some random shit's going out. Some random shit's going on. Eve tries to do something crazy since she sees Urgot top, but she gets one shot by Lux. Nice. Okay. This is fine. This is all good, right? You just hit the closest guy, and you can't go wrong, right? Okay, good. Hit the closest guy. That's good. Hitting the tower, right? What you guys want is the tower. This is good. This is good. So honestly, the majority of your problems are map awareness, right? The majority of from what I've seen, is map awareness, right? Sure, vision control, and we can talk about that. Sure, one time or twice, like some mechanics went wrong. But the reason why you lost control of the game is map awareness, right? You were winning lanes super hard. You're doing the correct play. Look, you just hit this guy, boom, he's dead, right? This is the correct play, right? Most of the
Yeah.
time, you're doing the correct play in team fights. Now you just
Maybe
need
that ult
to.
was like.
Hmm?
Maybe that ult
It
for.
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Literally doesn't matter, right? That's mechanics. You did. It's good enough, right? It's good enough.
Yeah.
And that is really what we care about, right? Now, what's not good enough was the like. Don't put yourself in a situation that's like impossible to win, right? Like hitting the bot tower when you don't know where anyone is, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, the jump thing is kind of spooky. Be very scared about that, especially against Eve. Also, what is like a sin? When playing AD carry and going bot after when Baron is up, right? Isn't that like a sin in League of Legends?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that because they can just Baron, right? And after you kill someone, look to get something, right? So what can you get? That's better than like 2 waves of bot farm.
Maybe vision control around Baron. Maybe we can get
Yes.
Trundle.
Yes.
Maybe we can get jungle camps.
Exactly,
I don't
right?
know,
You
one of the
steal all the
three.
jungle camps. You can push mid. You can gank Trundle. Baron vision control always very important, right? Always look to get the best thing you can after getting an advantage, right?
In my
So-
opinion, pushing mid would be the best option, but
Yeah, I would say that's a very fine option, right? As long as your Urgot's holding against Trundle, you have what's it called, 4v3 mid, and you have 2 champions who have binds, right? So unless they play DDR regularly, they can't dodge that shit, right? It's gonna be very hard for them to dodge Lux and Morgana, and then you just hit the tower because you're Tristana, right? So instead of if you go by here and your team loses the fight up there,
that's Baron.
yeah, exactly.
But now I see I can't help anyway, so I'm just gonna push further.
This is true. You couldn't help anyways, so you push. But the important thing was to note was that you shouldn't have gone there, right? What's going on here? This guy's trying to mess with you. What the hell? Oh, you're gonna die here because you have no
Yeah.
mana. Okay, hold on. Let's back it up. How do you die here? Hold up.
He flashes.
You just auto attack him once and then press W, right? How do you die? Oh, you didn't auto attack. Oh, that's awkward.
Yeah, should have auto attacked.
Yeah. Okay. Honestly, this is like not the end of the world, but one thing to note is that if you like need to escape, plan your escape, right? Jump over a wall, if that makes any sense. Like you go this way.
Yeah,
jump
I
over the
wasn't
wall.
expecting him to chase.
This is not the
me,
problem. This is not the problem. The problem before was deciding to go bot, right? So this is
Yeah.
like don't worry about this. What you should worry about is okay. One, how do I get an advantage? You showed me you know exactly how to get an advantage. You destroyed bot lane. 2, what can I do with that advantage, right? Take options that don't screw you over, right? When you got the HP advantage, you try to hit the bot tower, but your Morgana was roaming. That was like don't take like impossible options, right? Take the best option you can, right? So there could have been like Baron control. Like when in doubt, vision control is always good. When in doubt, vision control is always good.
Okay.
And then like the big thing I want you to do is every time something can happen, look at the map, right? I don't care what that something is. A bot lane trade, you look at the map and you say, is the enemy jungler here, right? You hit the tower, is the enemy jungler here? They hit your tower, is my team here? Can I stop them, right? If your team is not there, you give up the tower, right? That's how the game is played because your team is doing something on the other side of the map. This is like, don't worry about this shit. I don't know what this is. This is like whatever. But whenever something happens, like ask yourself how many people is like fighting. So like down like at this bot fight, how many people are fighting?
I can't see because of the Skype. Wait a minute. No, I can't see.
You still can't see?
No.
That's fine. We'll find a better example.
Yeah.
That wasn't really a good example. Okay, what the hell is going on here? Okay, how many people are here?
Like 4, 3 for them, 1 for us, but we are on our way.
Yeah, you guys are on the way. So if you can buy
But
time,
like they can also be on our way.
yeah,
So
yeah,
maybe it's like a 3v5 when we arrive.
should be good. It should be good, right? Because Eve is still bot. So
Oh
that's how
yeah.
you can tell
Okay.
whether or not you win fights. The most important thing is how many people are at this fight. The second most important thing is everyone landing this shit, right? Because that Lux bind we saw earlier, that was so good that you could turn like a numbers advantage. So here, it's 4v5 in your favor, so you're gonna win, right? Unless your team just like suicides, this is gonna be a win. It doesn't matter that Urgot dies, you can win this, right? Supposedly. Okay. Uh, okay. So you guys can't find the engage. He died too quick, then you couldn't win, right? But if, like, for example, Morgana hit this bind, you guys would have caught up. So that here, that's how you know you're able to go in, right? Like here, you can jump in, right? What happens if you jump in?
Um, I don't really know. I didn't like properly look at the abilities.
Well, even if they have everything up, right? You saw the hook and the Zaya E. So the only thing that can stop you is the Nivea Q, right?
Yeah, and then I can flash it.
Yeah, exactly. Boom. So that's how you know. And the reason why you can make this look like it looks crazy, right? It's not an obvious play. But if you look at how many people are at this fight, it is obvious because they have not enough people. They had less people. So if you like fight as fast as you can, you're gonna win, right?
But how do we know Trundle is not here?
Oh, you don't know. You assume Trundle is here. What you do know is that Eve is bot. You can't really see it, but Eve is like bot, right? Eve showed bot while this shit was going down. So
But like I'm gonna waste my flash and just then Trundle pillars me in my face, and then I'm not gonna kill anyone and maybe even die.
okay, so what happens is you jump in, you put the E on, you flash your Q, you get 5 stacks on, you have your W, right? So you did all of Anivia's health. So if she gets touched by someone, like a Lux ult, she dies.
Yeah.
Or she gets egged, right? And you say Trundle has pillar. Okay, you jump away after you use his pillar. Good to go. And you just hit the closest guy. And you just know that you're going to win because it's 5v4. Unless something insane happens, right? Unless Anivia one-shots you with QE, you should win with numbers advantage, right? So the line of thinking should be if you have numbers advantage, assume you win unless something crazy happens, right? So when we say something crazy is like someone gets blown up for free, like someone face checks Annie, even if it's 4v5, if Annie one shots the 80 carry, it's like all of a sudden it's 4v4, right?
Yeah.
Unless something like that happens, you're gonna win, right? So that's like the way you should be thinking. But yeah, so whatever. So you guys couldn't find the fight, that's fine. You can just probably jump her because you have Kane behind you, right? Okay, that's fine too, I guess. Okay, do red, push bot. Okay, Eve's is gonna be here if you're not careful, right? It's still the same thing, so be careful about having your shop
I'm
open.
actually pretty confident that I can kill Eve 1v1 if I
really. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean that's fine then, right? If you have a plan for when she comes out, this is like don't go bot, right? When Baron is up,
Baron
always
is
be near your
up.
team.
This
is we're gonna like stack on another rule. You want to be within one lane's distance of your team, right? When I keep asking how many people are at this fight, you want to be included in the fight, right? You always want to be a possible inclusion in the fight, right? Because if you're too far, like look at they're like fighting or something, they're always like fighting, so you want to be nearby to help, right? Like what is this? Like Eve's fucking fighting someone. Yeah. You want to be within range. So always be near your team.
Should I be spamming Dragon here? Baron?
Say again?
Should I be spamming Baron because their jungler dies?
No, because how many people do you have? How many people do they have?
Yeah, and if you just respawned, so
it's
I think,
4v4, right?
Yeah, but they don't have jungler.
Yeah, but okay, so when you're doing an objective, you need an advantage in order to say it's safe enough to start it, right? Does that make sense? You need an advantage before you start an objective. Say it's 5v5 and you start the Baron and they come and just kill you because you're doing Baron, right? So that doesn't work. So what kind of advantage do you need before being able to start an objective?
I like what in perfect scenario would be like we place pink ward on the Baron, and then they like think that we're doing it, and then we just in that small bush, and then it's like Lux bind and Kane burst and Morgana bind, and then we do Baron after we killed like their whole team.
Right. What you just said is a vision advantage, right? They have no idea if you're doing it, so they face check, right? So vision advantage, right? So there are a bunch of different kinds of advantages you can have, but you need enough to be able to do something like that, right? So you need a man advantage, you need vision advantage, you need gold advantage, right? You know, a difference in items means maybe you can start it. Sometimes it's champion specific, right? Can you do a Baron against Cho'Gath who has flash? Right? The answer is usually no.
Nah.
He's gonna flash ult it, and you can't do anything about it. Or maybe against a Lee Sin or a Nunu, right? The specific, like oftentimes you need something like a big advantage before you do an objective in solo queue, right? So in this case, I would say maybe you can fight for vision, but you don't want to start it, right? For sure, you don't want to start it for sure. Especially since Lux is like super important to your team. He was like all the money or something, right? But yeah, since this fight's gonna like if you're not within, this is too far, right? This is not no longer one lane's distance. You can't help. You always want to be close enough to help, right? Otherwise, the enemy team is always gonna fight your team. Like the common question is, how do I stop my team from fighting without me? Is be within range to help the fight, right?
Yeah.
So you always want to be in within range. So in your case is being mid, right? Especially since they have something like Eve, you always want to be mid, right? So you said you're confident you can 1v1 Eve, right?
Yes.
What if you throw in Thresh is 1v2? Can you win that? Like 9 times out of 10, can you win that?
No, not 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, it's not possible, right? Really, it's like really not possible unless you like massively outplay them. So that means if their Thresh is missing on the map, you can't push bot by yourself because E pops up at the same time Thresh does, right? So you basically you can't be on the other side of the objective, right? Otherwise, the enemy's gonna take it, right? Like we mentioned, like you need an advantage to do an objective. So if you show bot, that's a 4v5, so that's like big enough advantage for the enemy team to sit up around it, right? What if the enemy team did exactly what you just said? Go into Baron, put down a bunch of pinks, and then your team face checks, right? You can't do anything about it, right? There's nothing you can do. So that's why you can't go bot.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't know what's going on here, but Urga's just like kind of awkwardly crab walking around. Wow. Okay, so cancel the T. Okay, wait, hold up. What's going on? So Thresh gets one shot. That's good. So then the question is, can you do Baron now?
Yes.
Yeah, your odds are looking a lot better. I don't know if I would start it, but maybe it's a possibility. Okay, they're gonna lose this fight because it's 4v5, right? 100% lost. It's 3v5. See, just like I don't even have to know anything, except for the fact that you have more people than they do, and nothing crazy out of the normal is happening, right? Nothing. They didn't like Zaya didn't one shot your team. Whatever, you're gonna win, right? Maybe you should do Baron here, right? Because this is like you're playing World of Warcraft. There's no one can stop you, so you should do Baron, right? They can't stop you. So after you get an objective, what's the best thing you can get? Best thing here is Baron, so you guys should be doing Baron. But okay, hold up, you guys are actually getting their inhibitor. This could be better, right? This is probably better. Breaking the base is probably better. So I stand corrected. What's going on here? You want to back? You still need to buy pinks. You know that already. We don't have to say that anymore. Okay, you're killing this guy. You know for a fact that he can't stop you, so that's good. Good. Okay. This is the same thing. Stop going bot when Baron is up, right? Wow, I just like knocked my mic over.
But like we killed Trundle, and this is like huge wave.
Okay. Okay. You bring up a good point. There's so much money bot, right? And with that money, you can buy bigger items, right?
Yeah, but like if I go bot, I can do that huge wave, Crux, Raptors, and go Baron. Like it's so much money.
Wait, whoa, hold up. If you do the wave bot, you do Krugs, and you do Raptors, and you back, and you buy, and you go to Baron, Trundle's alive. That's literally a minute, what you just described, right? He'll be back alive. So the best thing, okay, so you're saying, okay, so there's a lot of money you can get after you kill this guy versus getting Baron. So which one is worth more?
Yeah, you're right.
Baron is always gonna win, right?
But I don't like in my mind. I don't think we can get Baron unless we kill this Eve.
So the best, okay. So say you can't get the Baron, then what can you get? What can you get?
A vision control around
yeah,
Baron.
There we go. See, okay, yeah. See, there we go. Right, vision control is super important. So maybe you can compromise and say clear this wave and run to Baron immediately so we can get vision control. But you don't want to like do nothing with the advantage you get, right? This is like you can get so much after killing the enemy tank, right? You just because what happens when the enemy is within range of anyone's abilities, your team flashes forwards and it's just 4v5, so you win, right? So yeah,
Yeah.
you can't go bot, right? Because your team can lose a fight if you're just like not here, right? And that's like not good because you guys should be winning. But turns out that everything's okay. Your team played it relatively. Oh wow, okay, and it's not okay. People are dying. You're not gonna get this guy unless he kills himself. Oh wow, nice. But yeah, like now you don't get anything, right? You get dragon instead of like Baron, right? Baron can win you the game, right? Like if you get Baron and you start pushing another lane, they have to like defend mid and defend the lane you're pushing, right? And if you win a team fight, you push mid and you end, right? The end goal is to win the game, right? You're already like, how do I describe this? Just like always go for the objective. The objective matters the most, right? That's your priority. The objective doesn't like the money matters less than the objective.
Okay.
Right? Objective
Let's,
over everything. Anything, anytime, right? Like dragon, baron, like buffs, like anything, right? Objective is always number one. Okay, this guy fails that was really good by you, right? He fails the engage, so he loses, right? Now you guys can like if you kill this guy, maybe you can get baron. Oh wow, okay. Zaya's not here, so you definitely win this, right? You just go baron here, right? Right? This is good. See, this is the exact same thing, except this time it was like Eve instead of Trundle, right? I don't know what you guys doing here. You don't want to.
that's like a
chase this.
very big difference between Eve and Trundle in my mind.
No. Okay, so okay, you're playing Tristana, so you have even more control over the Baron fight, right? And why do I say this?
I don't know.
Okay, so how you say you keep worrying about the jungle smiting Baron, right? You're like kill Eve, we can do Baron. Okay, what happens if Eve tries to smite Baron, but you have your ultimate up?
I can ult her away, but if she flashed over the wall, I probably can't.
How does she flash over the wall when you're standing at the edge of the wall? Right? If you have a pink in the pit, she has no idea how much HP it is. If you have a pink in your inventory, you put it over the wall when the Baron's at 2,000 health, and you ult her, right? So, can you think of a way she can steal Baron under those circumstances?
No.
Impossible, right? Like actually impossible, right? If her life depended on it, she'd be dead, right? So there you go, right? There's your answer. Especially with like Tristana, if you have like your ultimate and your team's doing Baron and you have smite, you just wait until it's at 2,000. You just ultimate the enemy jungler away, and then they're like, oh, you can't smite anymore. It's impossible. So your team is chasing though, so you could lose this potentially. Okay, you can't lose this because it's just numbers advantage is too strong. Anivia had a sick wall. She did a lot of damage. Didn't matter, right? Your number advantage was way too strong. Look at this, right? Look how well this Anivia played it, right? Look at it. You hit every ability, put a wall separating everyone. Doesn't matter. It's 4v3, right? So that's why numbers advantage is like so important. Yeah. Okay, you guys just need to do Baron. Okay. So whenever you get an advantage, you guys just need to do Baron, right? I want you to think that whenever you get an advantage, you need to get something out of it, right? If you guys kill the enemy team, you gotta get something out of it.
Yeah, I'm like question mark pinging this Urgot because he just like. Yeah.
He had the right idea, right? You guys killed 2 people. Go do something, right?
Yeah, I should have just like forced them to start Baron.
Yeah. Do you need to buy this item to kill this Trundle? I don't think so. It didn't look like it for the whole game, or to like force a fight where you have a numbers advantage, right? You guys can just sit in this bush if you don't want to do Baron. Just kill them when they come here. You just gotta do something. Because you're like stalling out the game. Every time you don't take the opportunity to punish their mistake, is stalling out the game, right? Because all it takes is one side to win a big team fight, and they push an end, right?
Yep.
How many times have you been on the winning side? You get aced, and then you lose. Right? So many times for me in the last week. It's kind of disgusting, right? So every time you win a fight like this, you got to do something, right? So
yeah,
you
do
guys
Baron.
gotta stay
Like
Baron.
this is so perfect.
Right, exactly. So you get Baron finally. But yeah, it's the same thing when Trundle died, right? Same thing when Thresh died mid. whenever something happens, when you get an advantage, try and get something. When you're losing, don't give up anymore, right? If your team got caught, um, don't get caught even more, right? Just try and nullify the advantages they're trying to get, right? Try and camp a bush or something, right, with a pink ward. Um, Here you guys gonna go bot. This is good, right? You guys know you should go bot. So after you guys got the Baron, you know what to do, which is good, right? You just fucking push this down. You hit the tower once or twice every wave, and you're gonna get it eventually, right? So
Yeah, but
that's all you
now
need to do.
there's gonna happen something really interesting.
Okay, what's going on here? Okay, hit the tower, hit the closest guy. Nothing to hit. Hit the inhibitor, right? Okay, this is a-okay. Team suicides, not your fault. Everyone runs. This is fine. Okay, you're not running. Okay. So, um, you got the tower is correct. You hit the closest thing, that's also correct. If your team suicides, right? If you can no longer, okay, how many people are in this fight?
Yeah, just jump away here, like right here, jump away.
Yeah, right. If you don't want to jump away, and you have like a specific plan in action in mind, go for it. But if you have no plan, you just run, right? If you have no plan, you run, right? I can't think of a
Yeah,
plan, you run. So whenever you see someone get one shot, right, or someone dies for free, that's your cue to stop fighting, right? Because like we said before, even if you play super well, you're not gonna win with that massive disadvantage unless you have an equally or better play that makes up for it, right? So unless you can one
yeah,
shot someone
but
here,
don't you
it's not
think
gonna work.
like the it's like kind of, how to describe it? Like you can't get out anymore. Like you're in the
Here,
fight.
right
Like
here,
yeah,
you're
I
still good
I
to
I
go.
can get out, but like we are gonna get 4 man. Like 4 people are gonna die.
It's like as long as you're alive, there's still hope, right? Because you're 80 carry 6 items. How scary is that, right?
Yeah, okay,
Like
agree.
even if you end up losing the game off this, it's still surviving is still a better option than just like suiciding, right?
Yeah,
Because you have zero value when you died, but maybe you could like um, cut off minion waves or poke them down or assassinate someone, waiting in a bush, right? You could do something. Um,
yeah,
Never take the option where it's just like zero, right, or negative. You just can't do anything. But yeah, this is like it's honestly it comes down to this from what I've seen, right, in the replay. Tell me if what I say sounds insane. Okay, the first thing I notice is your map awareness, right? Look at the map. At any time, anything is happening, right? You're fighting, trying to do an objective, whatever. How many people do you have? That's all I'm asking. Like it's a pop quiz, right? I asked you a bunch of times in this replay. You ask yourself that in game. How many people on each side? If you have more people, you have freedom to do whatever you want as long as you don't get one shot. Right? That's what I want you to think. You can do whatever you want as long as you don't get one shot. And if you have less people, you do nothing. Right? You want to play super safe because you're gonna get screwed over if you don't. That's the first thing. Right? Does that sound accurate so far?
yeah,
The second thing is don't go bot when Baron is up. That's just like we're gonna put that as an iron rule, right? Sit mid, sit top, don't go bot. It happened too many times this game. You along those regards, maybe we don't say don't go bot, but be within one lane's distance to help your team if a fight breaks out, right? Because going bot means you can't help your team if a fight breaks out. So that's like the general rule. So the first thing is count how many people are at each fight, right? And then second thing is always be in range to help the fight, right? You don't need a split push. Rarely the AD carry needs a split push, right? So always be within one lane's distance to help the fight, right? And the third thing is focus on like getting something after an advantage, right? So you are very good at finding these advantages, right? In the laning, you push them in 24/7. You got HP advantage, but then you weren't like maybe it wasn't the correct like thing to go for, right? You try to go for tower damage, you get like you lost your flash. Always look to get something, but don't be too greedy, right? Vision control is always an option. Okay, vision control is always an option. You kill someone, go get vision control. Right? You get their HP, go get vision control. That would be a safe option, right? You don't have to hit towers or anything.
yeah. But like vision control is like so bad in gold. Like people
Okay,
don't know how to defend it. Like people,
here's
like
here's
I watch a lot of LCS and like see how like every game closes out with a Baron bait, but like Only if I like exactly tell my team how to do this, how to do a Baron
Don't think
bait,
of it as
and yeah.
that. Think of it as being able to know who has more people before the other team. Right? Does that make sense? If like the enemy team is always trying to count how many people you have, right? So they always have to assume 5 unless they see otherwise. It's the same thing with you. You have to assume 5 unless you see otherwise. But if you have better vision control, you know faster than they do whether or not you win the fight. And then you go in and they're like, "Oh shit, we miscounted." And then they lose, right? That's like this that's like the basic principle of like having vision, right? Does that make sense? It's like you don't need to know any of this Baron bait whatever stuff. You just need to put down vision to deny them vision, right? In the important spots we talked about, right? In the area of the place you want to fight, like the near the objective, right? That's all you need to do, honestly. And you're like good to go, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
Or yeah, and this Eve shit is like this is like champion specific. Honestly, we don't really have to worry about this too much, but always assume they're on you, right? Like if you have no vision on them, you have to assume they're on you, right? So whatever this shit is, she's just coming for your ass 24/7. That's just what you have to assume. Wow, she got one shot, so you guys win this 100%. You just go on them, right? Your team, you know what to do. Your team knows what to do. You saw the enemy suicide, so your team runs mid and tries to fight, right? Everyone knows it like subconsciously, but if you can put it into words and explain it, you can create these situations yourself, right? And you like on the map, you see the 80 carry bot. Okay, you tell your team, come get vision at Baron. You just spam ping, go forward, everyone comes, and then the enemy team tries to face check, they die, right? That's all you need to do. What is this? Do they even have Elder Dragon? They're gonna lose anyways. Okay, you jumped in. That's kind of crazy, but turns out okay because it's 4v5, right? Look at this, right? This fight, it doesn't even matter how people are playing, right? It's literally 4v5, right? Unless someone is like so much more skilled than everyone else, yeah, they're just gonna lose, right? So, like, I don't even have to watch. You get like two inhibs because someone died, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing you have to work on is the counting how many people are at the fight, right? Count like vision, like look at the map. Ask before anytime a champion hits someone, right? Look at the map and say how many people are here, and that'll tell you whether or not you can fight, right? Like you have a great score, but it could be even better, right? I assume you want to like get platinum or something, right? To definitely get out of gold. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. Only take the
Yeah.
fights that will like guarantee victory, and don't take fights where you like set yourself up for failure. Like you can't win, impossible to win. So you should jump on these guys here because you have man advantage, right? Kill these guys quick. There's nothing they can do. Nice.
Get back to
Okay.
Baron. And this is like where I trust my team too much.
This is like okay. This is like remember how we discussed the whole land your stuff where you lose. You didn't jumping first before putting the bomb down doesn't give you the bomb explosion, right? Or it didn't give you ult. Or you didn't use something here. You didn't use ultimate. And she's hitting you while you jump. This is like don't go in unless you know for sure, right?
Yeah.
And you didn't use
I
like you need to use the
yeah.
ultimate. So if you use
Like
the
in
ultimate,
my
you're okay.
mind, I was like, oh, I like saw that Lux had a huge shield, and like if she shields me, it's a 100%. But if she doesn't shield me, it's a 0%.
Wait, are you talking about Lux?
Yeah.
Wait, if you can do this by yourself, why would you ever like depend on your team?
Yeah, I don't know.
Right? Like, tell me right now. Brainstorm a way to kill her without your team.
I don't actually think I can kill her.
Okay, how do you bring her to 20% so that she can't participate in the fight anymore? That's as good as killing her in this case.
Yeah, just walk up to her and put my bomb on her and just don't jump. Just auto attack with Q and E.
Yeah, and then what? How do you guarantee that she can't win?
Um, if you think you're gonna lose, you just ult her away.
Not even then, right? What I would like. Okay, so this is the basic combo, right? If you just need to do a lot of damage quick, you just press Q, E, auto attack like 3 times. You ult him, right? or auto attack 2 times, like alt auto after that, that's a max bomb stack, and you landed your ultimate, and you landed 4 auto attacks, right? And then like she can't touch you because you have more range than her. So by the time you do that, she's at like 30%, and then you're still at full HP, right? So it's like unless you know for sure,
Yeah.
don't jump in. Like this, that's just like a Tristana thing. Honestly, I would not worry about this, right? Like this happened twice in this game. I would not worry about it, right? What I would worry about, like the whole like fighting when you have like more people than them, right? I don't know what she just flash over, kill herself. All right, that's interesting. But yeah, that's like the story of this game, right? Would you agree? It's like not about the mechanics is what sticks out because it's like people are dying, but it's more about the decision making, like taking these fights that are guaranteed and not taking fights that are guaranteed losses, right? So, um, that's honestly what I would worry about if I were you, right? Um, like everything else, I think is pretty good, right? Especially your laning. Just always assume the enemy's coming for you. Okay, wait, what's going on here? It's kind of awkward. If you have nowhere to dodge a Q, you lose, right? I think you know that. That's kind of awkward how the minions killed you, but yeah. So that's if I okay. So my advice for you is in your next 10, 20 games until this gets better, I want you to go to do exactly what we discussed earlier. Like every time I pause the game and I said, how many people do they have? How many people do you have? Do that every single time. Like someone touches someone in this game. Not even kidding. Not even kidding. It'll take a while to like train, but like anytime you trade bot, like where is their can their jungler be here? And if they can, you play like their jungler is here, right? Or if their jungler could be there and your jungler is there, you play like it's a 3v3, right? Don't play like it's a 3v2, play like it's a 3v3, right? I want you to like practice that. Like even if it's not your fight, right? Even if it's like mid fight, like ask yourself how many people are there. And if your team has less people than them, you backping, right? Does that make sense?
So basically, um, like I remember you working on this specific topic, like say, watch, look at look at the map before fighting or
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
Look at the map
You had it
before
as daily
anything.
goal.
Say again?
You had it as daily goal.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
I mean, like everyone, like that's something that everyone has to work on, right? Um, but especially for you, because like your fight, like everything else was like pretty good. Not like it was like your landing was like really good. Yours is not. That's not a winning matchup, and you guys were winning. So this is like the biggest thing for you to work on, in my opinion. Is whenever something happens, you ask yourself how many people are there, because there are too many times when you try to do something when they had more people than you, right? Does that sound accurate?
Yeah.
Like it was like almost every time you died is trying to do something when they had more people than you. There was like 1 or 2 times you died because like mechanics. Don't worry about that. That's not the majority of your problem, right? Figure out how many people are there, right? And then the second thing you should work on is after you get an advantage, ask yourself what do you want to get? Like what's the best thing you can get, right? And that is like a trial and error thing. You like ask yourself what can you get? You go try and get it. You lose or you win, you'll be able to figure out, could I have gotten this thing, right? So Baron is an option if you like kill the enemy team, for example. How do you deal with Eve smite or jungle smite? You ult them, right? That's Tristana. Or if you're Kalista, you rend, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're not playing any of those champions, like what else can you play? Ashe, you arrow them, right? Or even if they can steal it, you can say something like, if we have a tank, you stop hitting it at like 3,000 and you kill them and you resume hitting it, right? Something like that. But the most important, like don't focus about like the Baron stuff. I want you to focus on the whole counting people thing, and then the whole after we get an advantage, what can I get from it, right? And if you can't get anything, you back, right? You explained it to me clearly. I was like, okay, what are you gonna do now? You said you're gonna push in your back. That was 100% perfect, right? I couldn't.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I would have done. I want you to be thinking something like that every time, right? So every time a fight breaks out, I want you to think, okay, how many people on each side? It's like a quick test, and it will be slow at first, right? And it's not easy, and it's probably not gonna be fun at first. But once you like start winning every single fight, because you can think like that, then it'll be you'll find it pretty useful. I promise you.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. I agree.
okay, yeah, yeah. Any last questions before we wrap it up?
Yeah, like there was this moment, like it's like around 12 minutes, and then
Hmm.
I can buy static shift or IE, and I have this problem. No, no, it's way farther.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. I know what you're talking about though, right? It's like here, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's here.
You're asking
What
like
should I
which is
do?
better.
Yeah.
I would have gotten the static shift, right? That's perfectly fine. Um, Honestly, it really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, right? You have like the Infinity Edge if you want to go for the like one like the you need to kill a guy, you put a bomb on him and you get the maximum stacks off, you're gonna kill him. And the static shiv is better for like wave clearing and poke damage, right? So static shiv is more consistent because I don't know. That's probably just preference at that point, right? So I wouldn't worry about that too much. I think your items were pretty much like is fine, right?
Okay.
Um, if you really wanted to like nitpick, maybe say like, oh, maybe get Merc Treads for Eve, maybe get the Last Whisper for Chundo earlier, whatever. I think your items were perfectly fine, right? Yeah, I have no complaints. It's just buy a pink ward is the big thing, right? Um, what else?
Um, like on which boots I should buy. Like I had some discussions with coaches I had before, and um, I'm now like always mindlessly buying Berserker Greaves, but like uh, when shouldn't I?
Okay, say you're playing against Rengar. What boots do you want?
Uh, I'm assuming Tabis, but I would have bought Berserkers.
Yeah, you want the ninja tabbies, right? Because okay, so basically, if they have guaranteed damage on you, you want defensive boots, right? And what I mean by guaranteed damage is there's like nothing you can do to stop it. So you're fighting with the assumption they're gonna hit you and you're gonna hit back, right? So like Zed, right? And he builds a Dusk Blade. If you don't buy armor, you're gonna take a lot of damage, right? You're gonna take way more damage than you should, because armor is very good against lethality. So you get the ninja tabbies, right? Um, what if you're playing against 5 magic damage dealers, right? What are you
Yeah,
playing
then
against?
it's yeah.
Chundo, Elise, Corki, Kog'Maw, Morgana. Okay, what do you buy?
Mm, I would buy like Merc Treads Maul and uh, QSS.
Yeah, you get Merchie, yeah, exactly. Yeah, buy that magic resist. Exactly. You know exactly. You already know the answer. Um, and then in any of the other cases where none of those apply, you just get the Berserker Greaves, right? Easy. That's how I think about it, at least. Like in this game, if you're having trouble with this Eve damage, yeah, maybe Merc Treads is good, right? Did you have problem doing damage this game?
No, actually not.
Yes, agreed. I agreed. Yeah, I agree. You did not have any problems doing damage this game. So you know maybe Berserker Greaves was nice, but not necessary, right? The instances where buying too many defensive items becomes a problem is if you can't kill their tanks, right? Does that make sense? If they have
Yeah.
like a Maokai and a Trundle, and you buy like 3 defensive items, and it's all of a sudden, holy shit, I can't kill their tanks, and you're gonna lose, and you lose fights because of that.
Hmm.
That's when you look at your itemization, right?
Okay.
Um, so yeah, that's what I would say.
Um, can I ask one more question?
Yeah, 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 go for it.
Um, like if I'm playing against Trondel and Maokai, which was the case literally last ranked game, and I got a penta that game, and the thing was like I went further of battle with starting Borg into Hurricane into IE. Do you think that's a viable option, or is that just
Yeah, what
garbage?
champion?
Tristan, I'm a Tristana main. I'm only
Okay, yeah,
playing
I think
Tristana.
it's fine. I think it's fine, right? I
Okay.
have no problems with that, right? That seems fine by me. As long as you can reason out your build, right, and defend your arguments, and it turns out, you know, like it's not egregiously bad or something like that, it's good to go, right? That's my opinion
Okay.
at least. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? You're like look at Kog'Maw. He has 3 keystone options. People are doing him, right? You got Storm Raiders, you got Fervor, and you got Warlords, right? So when you ask Kog'Maw mains, you know, oh, why are you picking this keystone? They're able to like argue why they can do it, right? Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's what I think, right? And if you say something like, you know, Bond of Stone, Ash, I want you to be like, maybe you got some issues because I better see, like, I want to see it work, right? And if it doesn't work, then you can't defend it, right? So as long as it works, I don't really care, right? It should be good to go.
Cornerstone Ash is what you take on Ash support, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's why I mentioned that. I've seen that before. Don't do it. It's not good.
Okay.
But yeah, if it works, you can explain it. You're good to go, right? Like you said, like the boots question, right? I explained my reasoning, and if it works, it's good to go, right? If I was like, buy Ionian boots, and I didn't have a reason, then that's not good, right? Like if
Yeah.
you look at Bronze 5 players, and you see, I saw someone take like TP Ghost Silver. I was like, okay, well, if you can't explain it, then it's probably not good, right? So,
I've been
yeah.
bronze 5, so yeah, I know
I
what
mean,
you're
I've
talking
I've
about.
been bronze 5 too. Wait, yeah. I think 1200. Like I was like 1100 elo back in the day. I mean, like I was doing some stupid shit I can't explain, so you lose with it, right? As long as you can
Yeah.
defend it and explain it and it works, no problem, right? Like you
Okay.
explained it. Blade the Ring King tanks. You get that life steal. You take fervor for the on hit damage. You're good to go, right? Seems good to
But
me.
fervor doesn't give you on-hit damage, right?
It gives you 80. Sorry, not hit damage, but it gives you 80, right? And it gives you more damage than Warlords. And you were like, I
Yeah.
want you to kill this tank. So I was like, all right, fine. Sounds good to me,
Okay.
right? So
Yeah.
just not, yeah. It's
Um.
good. It's good.
Yeah. Okay. Are you going to be uploading this to YouTube?
Oh yeah, if you don't mind, is that fine?
Yes. Yeah. I want it to be uploaded.
All right, perfect. Yeah, definitely review this whenever you're like stuck or you need to like a refresher, right?
Yeah.
Just the biggest thing is pause whenever you see something happen, right? Like okay, count people, and then make sure that you're always doing that. And the second thing is after you guess something, after you win, what can you get, right? Because you're always winning a lot, right? You're like getting a lot of advantages somehow. So the next step is what can I get from that, right?
Yeah.
I was losing my mind because I was like, get the Baron. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and I think that'll really help you out, right? I think that'll really help
Yeah.
you out.
Count people before fighting.
Yes.
It's like
Always
my
count people.
daily
'cause
goal.
even if you have a really good play and you miscounted the people, you're gonna lose, right?
Yeah.
Unless your play is so good, it's like you're worth 2 people, and that's usually not the case, right? As the 80 carry at least, right? Unless you're playing like Twitch and you one shot someone, I don't know. But yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
Can you have a quick look at the list I sent you in the Skype chat? Like
In
I
the
like
Skype
tried
chat.
to
see.
to make a summary, like
Okay.
not a summary, but
If you push, look at the map at that moment. Yes, that's really good, right? That's one really good guaranteed way to figure out if you're good to go, right? Push, look at the map. You're safe when the jungler is near. I don't know about safe, but it's gonna be a 3v3, right? Assume it's a 3v3. Or if you see the other jungler topside and your jungler is here, you know you're ganking, so it's 3v2, right? So that's just really good to know. That's like counting your people, right? Can your jungler help? If you can't see them, they're coming for you. Yes, 100%. Before you hit the objective, is that like before you hit the objective, like count people or something, right?
yeah.
Figure out how they can stop you. Yeah, true. Don't use jump to get faster to farm. Yeah, never do that, dude. One lane's distance from your team. Yes, of course. And then for issues to work on, map awareness, yes. Waist jumping, that's like a third option. That's like the last thing you need to work on. But yeah, that's an easy fix, I guess. Have the man advantage, yes, right? If you don't have a man advantage, what can you do to get one? I mean, what can you do to win a fight? Pop
Yeah.
quiz. No. Like, what can you do? What are things you can? What other advantages can you get?
One shot someone.
Yes. But that's through like vision advantage, right?
Okay.
Other advantages are like land everything, right? So here's a prime example. Remember that 2v2 bot? It was like you and Morgana versus Xayah and Eve, right?
Yeah.
So landing more stuff would have won you that fight, right? So that's a land more stuff advantage, right? Maximum value advantage. And then other advantages are like HP, right? HP advantage matters. Minion advantage, right? There's a bunch of other stuff, but
all that
we don't go into
advantages.
that. But most of the time, 9 fights out of 10, it'll be man advantage, right? In solo queue,
Yeah.
guarantee it. Don't go buy when Baron is out. Yep. And then only fight when you know you're gonna win. This is true, right? This applies to jumping in stuff, right? So I think we covered
Okay.
your initial question of how do I know if I can jump in or if I shouldn't jump in. There you go. Count the people, and then if you have even numbers, do you have some massive advantage, right? And then there you go.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it
Uh.
covers it all. Let me know how things go. I think this will definitely help you a lot, right? The map awareness thing that'll fix a lot of your problems. And then you can go
Okay.
from there. So yeah.
And are you going to be streaming in Korea or not?
Hopefully we'll see. It depends on some factors that are out of my control.
Okay.
So we'll see. We'll
Like,
see. Hopefully.
okay. Yeah. Thanks for the session.
Yeah, dude, no problem. This will go up ASAP, so you can take a look and review anytime. But yeah,
Oh.
let me know how things go. I'm always curious to see how my students do, and good luck.
What is ACID?
Say again.
What is ACID?
Oh, ASAP. Oh, like as soon as possible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like I'm just gonna
Okay.
upload it right now. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Good luck, man.
Yeah. Thank you.